Kiara Cotto, magandang hapon, magandang gabi. Isang mapaglayang hapon at gabi sa ating lahat. Ako po si Nina Gabriela Santos. I am honored to stand here today as a representative of Gabriela Otero. We join today with millions of Filipinos demanding justice, dignity, and fighting for democracy. So at this year's State of the Nation address, no doubt, Marcos will paint a picture of progress. Economic growth daw. Investments daw. Development daw. Pero kaninong progress? Kaninong development? Whose lives are actually getting better? Because if we measure the state of the Philippines, not by statistics, but by the everyday experiences of working people, we see the real state of the Philippines. We see workers putting in long hours, working multiple jobs, and still not having enough to feed their families. That's why there are several millions of Filipinos everywhere, because we are forced to move by the corrupt and oppressive government. Meanwhile, those in power continue to prosper and the rich keep getting richer. The Marcoses and the Dutertes have become symbols of a political system where public office serves private interest. A system where political dynasties entrench themselves while ordinary working Filipinos remain in poverty. A system where corruption scandals come and go, yet accountability remains elusive. Wala pa ring nananagot. Ang sabi ng gobyerno, mag-budget daw. $500, kasya na daw sa Noche Buena. Kasya ba yun? Yung mga corrupt, naka-Rolls Royce at private jets. Yung mga influencer na anak ng mga corrupt. Pinanggayabang pa yung mga nakaw, nakaranguan. Pera ng bayan, ibalik. Ang daming ninakaw ng mga corrupt. The corrupt officials of the Philippines have stolen a lot from the Filipino people. We have a non-existent public health system, a non-existent education system that serves the people. And while corruption robs the Filipino people, foreign interests continue to shape the country's future. We are told that initiatives like Pax Silica will bring investment and jobs. We are told that these projects represent progress now. But progress for who? We have every right to question whether these projects will actually benefit ordinary working people or whether they will again benefit big corporations and the US. What happens when indigenous communities are displaced from their land, like what we're seeing now with Pax Silica? What happens if our environmental resources are depleted? We know from the US that data centers are ruining the environment. People do not have drinking water. People don't have enough drinking water to survive. And with the overpopulation in the Philippines and the unaddressed social issues, the initiatives like Pax Silica will only worsen it.
Reject Pax Silica!
Reject Pax Silica! Real development means workers earning living wages. And real development means communities have secure housing. And it means farmers being able to farm their own land. And it means children growing up with clean water and going to good schools. Because jobs alone are never enough if those jobs keep our people poor. Trabaho ba? Eh, ang daming Pinoy, 3 nga trabaho. Hindi pa rin maka-asenso. And as women, alam natin that these inequalities often impact women the most. Women are expected to absorb every crisis. When food prices rise, women eat last often. And when healthcare is unaffordable, women often become unpaid carers. Women are working multiple jobs while carrying the invisible burden of raising children and holding families together. And when the government fails, violence against women often increases while support services remain underfunded. We know Filipino women continue to make extraordinary sacrifices, and many leave their children behind to work overseas as nurses, caregivers, domestic workers, and other essential workers. Not because they want to leave, but because they have been forced to search elsewhere for opportunities that should exist at home. Trabaho sa Pinas, hindi sa labas. Trabaho sa Pinas, hindi sa labas. Here in Aotearoa, we know the true story. Many Filipinos, migrants arrive seeking good opportunities. But instead, they also find that they are being denied permanent visa pathways, denied fair wages, denied the dignity that workers deserve. The rise of migrant exploitation in Aotearoa needs to be addressed.
That's right.
As migrants, as workers, and as women, we know the exploitation of migrant labor in Aotearoa is connected to the economic conditions that force many Filipinos to leave our homeland in the first place. Because when decent work disappears in one country, exploitation worsens in another. And that's why international solidarity matters, because our struggles are interconnected. So when we fight here, we fight for every worker everywhere. Nagbubulag-bulagan ng mga nakaupo. This State of the Nation address, we need to remember that the real state of the nation is measured by the lives of workers who still cannot make ends meet, and the courage of women who continue to organize despite challenges. Ang dami ng sinaktan, ang dami ng pinatay ng korap na gobyerno ng Pilipinas. People who are trying to organize for better wages and conditions continue to do so despite repressive conditions. And as Gabriela, we stand proudly in solidarity with this continuing struggle. We believe another Philippines is possible, di ba? A Philippines where a public office has public trust and where women's rights are fully realized, where workers have dignity and fair wages and secure employment, and where migrants are valued not only for their labor but for their humanity.
Here, here! Here, here!
Maraming salamat! Mabuhay ang kababaihan! Mabuhay ang mga manggagawa! At mabuhay ang ating sama-samang pakikibaka para sa katarungan. Okay, mag-chat tayo. Abante, babae, and you say palaban, militante. Abante!